We're looking at the drywall. We got taped and mudded. This is all gonna get covered with splash and tile. The ceiling, he's gotta patch it, fix that, match the texture. There's a few spots I gotta point out to him though. Should have come back. Kitchen all looks good. We've got the ceiling, had a bunch of random patches. All of this, you can see all the random patches, but this is gonna pretty much just be covered by cabinets. So that's fine. All of this is gonna be covered by cabinets and tile and blah, blah, blah. This we're gonna finish nicely because our range goes there just in case anybody ever pulls the range out from behind the wall. And then this we're gonna finish nicely because refrigerator is here. So same thing, just so it's pretty behind the fridge. But the rest of this, we're just gonna kind of sand and leave as is. That is fine too because tile's gonna go there. And this will all get covered. This will all get covered. That will all get covered. And then hallway. Our closet door is gone forever. So we just have to replace base molding. He's gonna sand and mud this one more time. It's wet. Everything in here is pretty good. I'm picking out a few little things that we gotta fix and go back. But for the most part, it's all good. This is always interesting. You just have to think about it ahead of time. So we did, like I had explained in our last video, if you're watching, this is gonna be, we're gonna have casing here. So we're gonna have trim over top of this, which comes to like right here. And then our tile is gonna overlap and bump into our casing, but you don't want any kind of weird seam where this is gonna be Durarock, this is gonna be drywall. And like Durarock, you don't wanna like mud and finish with drywall. I mean, I guess maybe you could, I don't know, we can delete that. But anyways, so I always have them overlap the drywall. So like our tile, the edge of our tile will sit here. And then our Durarock will start back here. It just looks cleaner in my opinion. And then same for over here because our tile technically is gonna come over to like right here, all the way up. So I just have them drywall over, Durarock kills into this, and then that edge of our tile sits. And it just looks nice and clean and beautiful when it's all done. We need to take that piece of trim off too. And there's a nice cut down here. Wonder what we should do about that. Because that's not pretty. I didn't see it, so I think we have to caulk that too. We're in the hall bath. So on this wall, when we put our new insert in, it was like a hair too short and the drywall has to go over top of the flange. So what we did was we just whoosh to that wall on the left, and then it made our gap over here basically perfect that we just doubled up the drywall on this wall. And when thinking about that too, you also have to think about like your vanity depth, which we were good, our outlet, which was good, that didn't change, but our toilet did change because it added another ½ inch. So when we're setting our toilet, which was fine, we were replacing all that anyway, so we shifted the drain forward ½ inch, made it all better. So it looks good. I think he's just leaving the fan on to get a little airflow, help drying. All done. So Stephanie was filming slow-mo again. I'm just joking. We unboxed some of these bases so Kenny can get started. And then we unboxed some of the uppers. And Kenny's working on getting everything exactly right so he knows what face frames we do extended face frames on the side when we do wall-locked, wall-to-wall stuff. So that way your doors can open when they're full overlay and trim has something to kill into, all that good stuff. So he's got to trim those down, which he's figuring that out now. What else happened? I'm eating my snack. The Lazy Susan cabinet, we always order them with these basically like a round roll tray that's solid wood that sits on a full depth shelf. So we have one in the middle, one in the bottom. Unfortunately on this order I screwed that up, so I forgot to order it. And I could tell as soon as I lifted the cabinet up because it was so light. Usually they're super heavy. So we had to order those. We're just gonna put it in the field, which is totally fine. It's the exact same thing, same product, everything. Just a little more work for Kenny. Which he doesn't mind. All right, now back to my applesauce and my cottage cheese. Five and 3/4. This face frame up here, we're gonna do 3/4 of an inch. This one we're gonna do 1 1/4 inches. I knew I already did this math once. I did not want to do it again. Let me double check that though. Because that gives us 130 3/4 to that, which is what I wrote on the wall. So that sounds right, doesn't it? All right, let me just double check my math. 31.75 plus 16 plus 18, because that's half of 36. 65.75. Okay, that's what I had originally. 65.75. I got to do the bottom though too, because it's a different cabinet.
Yeah,
Plus 18 plus.
once we have our center line, we can do whatever.
Shh, don't.
Not to do whatever.
65.75. That's right.
We can figure out what
So this cabinet right here is going to be 31 1/4. So you have 1 1/4 inch. You have to take 1/4 off of that face frame. I just said 1/4 like 6 times. So this is all of our tile. Half of our tile has already been installed pretty much. We go through when we get the tile and make sure that all the quantities are correct. We have the right amount of square footage based on what we ordered. We make sure the color is correct. One thing we're going to check that we've ran into on the last couple jobs that we've had are that all the lots are consistent. So the lot, let me see if I have a box that I can lift. Ugh. This here is one of our tile boxes. This sticker right here is going to have your lot number on it, if I can find it. Me telling you that it's going to have a lot number and it doesn't. Where's my lot number? Usually it says lot. Right here. Calibri lot shade. So it's probably going to be, this has lot, so lot number is this one probably right here. Because this is probably going to be shade. D4 is the shade. So lot number 3120124. And what happens when it comes from a different lot, it literally can be the exact same tile and look like a completely different tile. Like it can totally not match. So like these are for her, this is for her backsplash actually. So like we've gotten so much tile that's like this, like the hand looks like it's handmade. Some of them are handmade, hand glazed, and you know, it'll be like a bluish green or a gray or whatever. And then you'll get another box from another lot, lay them side by side, and your color is totally different. One's warm, one's cool, one's dark, one's a little bit lighter. And sure, like it doesn't matter if you have much variation, but like when you're installing, you don't want like one section of your floor or your backsplash to be one color and then another section be another color. So sometimes you can integrate them and make them work, but sometimes with a tile like that, you can't really integrate and make it work. So we can't do that. Where's the rest of these? Okay, they're down there. Trying not to break our tile. Nice and clean. So countertops went in today. They're still working on the kitchen, but they got both of the bathrooms done. We just went with solid white quartz in here, which I think looks really clean and pretty. And she's got a lot of space on this, which is super nice. And a big mirror, light fixtures, those will go up. We got to paint in here still. And then tile is pretty much good to go. We just have to grout the shower, grout behind the tub. And then we'll start working on getting plumbing fixtures in this week. So it looks great. I love it. Nice and pretty. So we are back at our forest job, which we've been working on probably for about like 6-7 weeks now. I think this is maybe our 8th week. 1 week we were off because we're just waiting for countertops to be fabricated before we can do anything else. So this is technically our 8th week here, and we had countertops put in yesterday, which they look awesome. And this, I don't even remember the name of this, so I'm not even going to try right now. But this, basically, she wanted an undermount sink. She wanted the quartzite materials. She liked the black, so we did that, which I think looks great. She wanted 2 big basins. She likes the 60/40, so that's what we went with there. And then right over here, sorry, Stephanie, you can see the seam, not even visible. Like, it is almost, like, it's insane. It looks so good. And then, obviously, we have our island, all one piece. We had to put another seam that is right here. There's a little bit of debris on there. We got to wipe off. They get a little dusty. But again, like, amazing job on the seam. Lorenzo, our boy at Johnson Granite. I shouldn't even throw that name out there because I don't want anybody calling him, but he's the best. So he did this. We'll take you to all the bathrooms. I don't even remember what we went over last time we were in here. I feel like we were just doing cabinet install. So cabinets are done, trim is done. We do have to do under cabinet molding still because tile is going in today, so backsplash tile. Our client just wanted a standard microwave here, so we're gonna put that in probably Wednesday or Thursday. And then we'll do under cabinet molding after that because that microwave has to be able to sit up in here and under cabinet molding gets in the way. So Kenny's gonna come probably on Friday, finish the rest of that. Yeah, so backsplash tile is going in here today. We've got Ian and Philip here. They're going to be working on the final electrical, getting lights hung, lights in the bathroom hung, all kinds of good stuff. I think I was like, did we even have this island set last time we were here? I feel like we might have had it set, but I don't know. We got the island obviously set, pretty legs. I like those a lot. Got it all trimmed out with our custom panels that you see us do a lot on all of our islands. Just to finish it out. I do like doing false doors. You'll see that a lot on island bases too. I think that's really pretty, but this to me just sometimes looks a little bit nicer when they have a shaker door versus that. We've got all kinds of roll trays in these cabinets. Both of these pantries have massive roll trays in there, which are very nice. And then this guy, so we have pantry here, and then if you turn, pantry in that corner. So when we first came out to this job, all of these windows had window sills, which is where it sits out right here, and then it has a piece of trim underneath of it. And I knew that this pantry would be a problem because when you open the door, it would hit that windowsill. And then obviously you can't pull out your roll trays if your door is hitting the windowsill. So we got to thinking about it, and best case scenario was just to take that windowsill out all together and just picture frame the window. And she loves it. She likes it even better than what it was before. So good to go on that. And we still obviously have paint to do and touch up. We have a couple damaged doors we've ordered replacements for. So those will come in the next few weeks. We did paint living room, dining room, hallway, but we didn't do anything else in there. So as you can tell, she really hasn't even fully moved in yet. She still has her stuff kind of waiting till everybody's done and out before she moves in. bathroom and didn't do a ton in here. She had a fiberglass insert before. We wanted to replace and update that just so it was white and updated and clean. Obviously new floors. We tore out all the old floors. We still have quite a bit of trim work and stuff like that. We've got to touch up, paint, do that sort of thing in here. New vanity, new countertops. We just did cotton white quartz just for a really clean, simple look in here. And then we're gonna hang a mirror. She already has a light fixture she wants to reuse. We've got towels, bars, rings, and we've got to put up plumbing fixtures and put the toilet and all that good stuff. That'll probably happen starting tomorrow. Hopefully this bathroom will be pretty close to finish other than paint by tomorrow. So this is it, just a little teeny tiny bathroom. Oh, and we replaced the fan light. Beautiful.